Good morning, everybody. This is Chef Anne-Marie. Welcome to Kitchen Competent. Today we're going to focus on fish. I really apologize. We are getting ready for our first COVID wedding, and so we have catering today, and I am squeezing this in. So I'm going to be doing 40 minutes, and I am feeling prepared but a little rushed with my head other places. So thanks for tuning in. I am excited to talk about fish today. Today we are making I'm going to cook it 3 different ways so you can see different things. The first way we're going to do it is we're going to do I have a really nice thick piece of cod, and I'm going to show you how you can just bake it into the oven. Hi Deb, I am going to be doing then a piece of cod in the pan to show how you can do it simply and how to fry it. And then we're going to do a tilapia with a cream sauce. And Deb, you just tuned in, and I just wanted to say hi everyone for tuning in. Today we're doing a 40-minute class on fish because we have our first COVID wedding today, and we're all excited, and the kitchen's being quiet while I'm taping this, and then we'll move on to the next. I'm waiting to give it a little time to let everyone log on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about defrosting your fish or getting it fresh and how to keep it. I'm going to pull the fish over so you can hopefully see. I'm trying to get better. Hi Betty, welcome. Today we're doing fish. I'm going to show you the fish that we got. And then we're going to move right into, I always use gloves when I do fish, even for my family. When like this, I'm going to eat for lunch, so I would normally not use gloves, except that it's fish and I don't like fish on my hands. I wanted to show you, this is a nice piece of cod. It came like that, and I pulled this off because I want to show you frying as well as baking. It's a nice big piece. This is the center piece that snuggles up there, and you can see this little lip. This is a nice piece of fish. You can even part it out even more. You can see it there. This has been deboned. It's cod. You can see where the skin was on right here with the this is actually a muscle that holds the skin on. This will cook. In meat you want to take it off, in fish you do not have to. This is the back side. They call it murk, but I don't think it's bad, but I wanted to show you. You can get your knife under there and trim it up and pull it off if you're worried about it looking good. If it's just a little piece, it'll cook through. It doesn't change the flavor. It's more of appearance. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a gray piece. It's the piece before the muscle. There you are. That comes off from the skin easy. And then we're also going to cook tilapia. Look at this. They're so cute. They're always thin, pliable. This is a nice piece right here. And I'm going to show you how to handle the tilapia as well. I keep fish on hand, so I defrosted this for the class to show you. It only takes 5 minutes. Don't do it early. Hi, Shannon. So, got our fish. I'm going to do a whole breading series and a whole salmon series, so I decided not to use that today. We've got some cod, and I'm going to turn on my burner. Nope, I'm not going to turn on my burner. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to cook this nice big piece on this sheet, and I'm going to put some olive oil just so that it doesn't stick, and I'm going to move that around, you can see. And then I'm going to coat the fish with it as well. Now, when you're cooking in the pan, you want it presentation side down, which means what's going to show the person that's eating it. And when I cook fish in the oven, I do presentation side up. So we've got this, and another cool thing about gloves is I can just keep changing them for the camera because I don't have to walk away and wash my hands. We've got our piece of cod here. I flipped it over, I oiled the pan, any kind of pan that goes in the oven, and then I was shallow. You know, you want the heat to cook evenly, so you don't want big sides. And then I've taken the fish, laid it down, and flipped it over a couple times to get it kind of oiled. And I'm doing something simple. I like lemon pepper, and this is a seasoning before, and some salt, and a little bit of garlic, right here, garlic. And that's simple, easy, and we're gonna pop it in the oven because that's gonna take the most time, and it still doesn't take that much time. So I've got the oven at 350, but if you're cooking something else, it's whatever you got the oven cooking at, just watch it is all you care. And I'm just gonna throw it in there. It's as easy as that. Now, we're going to fry up. I'm gonna move this off the board. And I'm going to, this is a piece of cod I had. I'm going to turn on my burner. I'm gonna pick up just some butter, because butter makes fish taste so much better. Hi, Joyce. I am going to put some butter in there. And I'm going to throw this butter away because I touched it with my glove. And I'm not going to be cooking it. I wouldn't cook it again. If I was going to use that butter again, I would just keep it in the pan, but I don't want too much. And then I want some oil. Because if you cook, the butter is for the flavor and the frying, but it's also, it'll burn fast. If you mix the two, now I'm going to take and this is something we're going to keep turning so we don't worry about presentation side yet. I just like to put it in there and get some oil on it. Now I'm going to take my gloves off. We're going to give it a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper is all. Okay, now we've got it, you can hear it frying. I like my little saute thing. You can use anything that'll take the heat. I'm pretty sure you can hear it. We're going to leave that in there for just a couple minutes, and I'll show you why. You're going to get some color on it. If we had just had butter in there, the butter would actually brown, and then we wouldn't get our fish done. It would look burned and taste not so good. But because we're mixing it with the olive oil, I'm going to mix a little more. This is called pan frying. Now, you can see on this side, lift it up so you can see. On this side, we've got some color and it's starting to separate. So that's all half through already. So, we're going to do that. Showing you how to fry. You can see that it's got some color on each side. So I'm going to flip it one more time. I'm going to flip it one more time and roll it over. See, it fries up real nice, real quick. It's starting to separate, so you don't want to do that too much. It's delicate, so it's, now, remember what I don't know if you've seen my other videos. I forget that you're not there every time always. In my last one, I was explaining that fish is something that you want it to fry up so that it starts out okay and it becomes white, whereas you can see, I can see the ends. I don't know if you can see the end here. Let me see if I can get it up. I use my fish. This is a fish spatula. It bends to go under the fish. And you can see now on this how it has such a lovely white and brown. That's from your browning. You can see it started to separate a little, that tiny piece, but I sacrificed that tiny section because I want to make sure it's done all the way through. This I would serve with a salsa on it. I just wanted to show you how you can fry it. Hi, Shauna. So I'm going to set this here off to the side. I'm going to work on my next piece. So I have here some crab. And this is probably more crab than I need. So let me see where I'm going to put it here in just a second. Okay, so this is enough crab. So I've just got some cooked crab here. This is sizzling a little bit. I'm going to add some mayonnaise, like about a third. This is 2 parts and this is a 1 part mayonnaise. I'm going to add an egg. We're making a filling for our tilapia. I'm going to add an egg, and I don't want a lot, so I'm not even going to give the yolk just this time because I've got such a small amount of crab that I don't want the egg to mix. Welcome everyone, if I didn't catch you. We're making, so we've got right now, we've got crab, cooked crab, egg, and mayonnaise. And I'm going to add a little bit of granulated garlic, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. And I'm mixing it up. Now I want to give this some more flavor and some more, this is our filling. I need some more crab. I have too much egg. There's some more crab. We're going to have a lot of filling. I'll be able to freeze this actually if I want to. I'm probably going to eat it for dinner tonight or tomorrow. Tonight we're doing a wedding. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to do some pepper, red pepper for color and flavor, and I'm going to mince it really small because you don't want a lot and you want it to be not the main ingredient. The crab is the main ingredient. This is just to give it a little bit of chop, and you want to chop it real small. Okay, give it a chop. Does it? Hi Kim. So we've I'm chopping up the red onion or red pepper, sweet red pepper. Now I'm gonna do some green onions, and I grabbed these because I want you to see them. These green onions, you can see them. This is a teaching moment here. I buy them by the case, so sometimes at the end of the case they do this. You can do it in your refrigerator. See how the tops were cut off originally? We stand them up like a flower. They start to get brown on the edge, and I've got this little guy hanging here that doesn't look so good. And we've got these, it's grown out. From here up is where it's grown, just sitting there in the refrigerator, even after you opened it. So they're perfectly good, they taste good, they just don't look good. So we cut the top off. If you were short on stuff, you could use them. And you take anything that doesn't look like this one got mashed, so we're gonna take that piece off. So I've got this piece here. Still looks good. We've got these that look good, but the ends don't. This one doesn't look good on this edge. We're gonna trim it up like this. And now you've got perfectly good green onions. So we're gonna just put, I like the green part of it. It's gonna do flavor and color. So I'm just gonna chop it as tiny as I can while I'm talking. Set it aside because I can use it again later. So don't throw out your scraps, you can really use them. So as you can see, we have little tiny green onion. Got that going there. So you can see I've got crab, I've got egg. If you like, I don't put breading in mine, but you can. If I was making like a crab, I might put some mustard in it. I didn't choose to today. You can put whatever you like in this to make this, but we have the egg is the binder. It doesn't give flavor, it gives binding. Okay? So I'm just gonna clean up my board here. And move over here. Okay, so now I've got this done, because remember mise en place. I pulled everything together, hopefully I remembered everything. And you wanna like make all your little side dishes that you're gonna combine at the same time. Okay, in the crab, oh, the crab is cooked, Betty, the crab is cooked. I have it cooked. Okay, So now I'm going to move on to my tilapia. I'm going to put some more gloves on because I'm going to be touching the fish. I put it on a paper towel to dry it because you want it nice and dry. I'm going to put a pan on my stove, and I'm going to give it, well, I'll wait to turn on the heat because I've got gas, so it goes fast. I know I'm going to add lemon, so before I start doing anything, I'm going to cut my lemon to be able to add it. Okay, now I've got my pretty little tilapia here. So this is a darker vein than this. So this is the back and this is the front. This is the part I want my customers to see, or my husband or kids or whoever's eating this. Not my husband because he won't eat it, but so I'm going to put, again, presentation side. This is my presentation side. This is the back side. I'm going to put it down because we're going to make these little rolls. And I chose two because sometimes they're not as pliable as you want them to be, and I wanted this to look pretty. So if one goes awry, you can at least see one of them. And then I'm going to take my crab mixture, however you like to do it. Like I said, you can add breadcrumbs. I don't generally, because unless I'm making a crab cake, don't overfill it either like I do. I don't usually add the breadcrumbs because I end up with a customer that says they're gluten-free, and this is a way to make gluten-free filling. So you can make these and bread them and bake them or fry them, but I wanted to show you how cool this is. So I take little skewers. I take my thing here, and it's got two little pieces. So I'm going to do one through, and we don't care what it looks like, it's just to hold it together. And making sure you grab everything. Here, I got to do this backwards so you can see what I'm doing. Is I'm kind of threading it to make sure I grab that and go into the meat of it. And it's made a little crisscross. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'm going to take the side that has two pieces last. I'm going to fold this one over, fold the big one up and make it secure because that's the meatiest and it'll let me do it. And then I'm going to take this one and put it up there. There isn't a big science to it other than you want it to be like this, okay? See, and I don't like that. I'm going to redo it because I didn't like how it wasn't so secure. I'm going to tuck this under, go in the meaty part, up and up through. There, it's going to hold better. And now I'm going to get my pan going. Now my pan, I'll try to move it up here so you can see it. My pan is going to heat a little bit. And as we were saying before, you can't just do butter because what happens to the butter is it the butter will actually burn. So we're doing a little bit of this. We got to check our cod here while we let that butter go. Let's check our cod. So this looks almost done. You can see how it shrunk up a little bit. I can touch it and tell it's almost firm. I just put, if you're tuning in now, this is a piece of cod that I greased put some olive oil on the pan. I took my cod, cleaned it up, and just put lemon, pepper, salt, and garlic on it, and put it in there. I'm going to do this is a poach right now. So what I want to do is I got the butter going, and I'm going to add some white wine. That'll cause the steam, and this causes the awesome flavor. And again, I do garlic and everything. Okay, so now we get this, see how the bubbles are bubbling? I hope I got it up high enough here for you. How the bubbles are bubbling around the edges. So you can turn it down a little to try and get just a little slower poach, but not too much. You have to watch it. Put a little pinch of salt there. And now I'm just going to put my little packages in here. And I'm going to do that, and I forgot the cover, so I'll be right back. See, it's easy to forget things. So what you're doing here is you're creating a steam bath. And if you guys knew how long my kitchen is, I'm pretty impressed I'm not out of breath yet. Running over to get my pot, I forgot. This is why you always mise en place. So this is a little bit of the filling's going to come out, and that's okay. You'll know it's done. We're going to put that over it, and it's going to steam it. And we're going to put it on low, because we want the top and the inside to cook as much as the top. So let's talk about what we are doing here. So let's recap everything while we're waiting for that. This is just about done. I don't want to miss it. So you can see that imprint it put on the pan. That's the size it was. So it shrunk, but it really didn't, because it got a little taller. That's what they do. I'm gonna cut this open to see what it looks like in the inside. There's nothing wrong with that. Now that's perfect. You see that? It didn't separate. It's not dry. It's not fleshy looking. It's not opaque. It's white. That's what you want in that fish. So it's got a good bounce back, but not to where if you cook it too long, it'll get dry and separate and be flaky. This to me is perfect. And again, I would take this. So this is your fried. This is the baked. I like the baked. You can do either. It depends on what you're doing. I would put this on a plate and put salsa on it, or something like that. But I'm going to show you a cream sauce here in a minute as soon as this is done poaching. Let's check this. Let's put this where you can see it. See how the fish, this is a very delicate fish. You can see how that cooked up real nice, real quick. I don't think it's done yet, because I want it to have, let me check my burner here. I want the inside to get done more than anything, and we'll season it here in a minute. But you're gonna get all the flavors of the insides. Shannon, what can you use instead of wine? You know, water or lemon juice will work good too. Water will be fine. Lemon juice will add just a little more something to it. You don't want to do just lemon juice though. You want to add lemon juice to the water. So you can see how it's starting to flake apart. I can't see because my glasses. It's starting to flake apart. This is such a delicate thing, and again, I wanted to make sure your insides were done. So that's about ready to come off. I'm going to push it up. You can see what we're doing here. And I'm going to show you why it doesn't matter. Turn that off, it's noisy. Why it doesn't matter how it looks with the skewers. And just for time, I'm going to actually pull this now. I don't know if I give it a couple more minutes. Let's see. Let's test it. So we got a little pick up here. You can pick this up and pick it out, and it'll sit just like that. So that's a good thing. And this one fell apart on me. So we use our little, that's why I wanted to show you too. I use that as an assistant. So that's a big indicator that it's done. So now we have our sauce. So we have lemon juice, or we haven't done lemon yet. It's butter and wine. We're going to add some half and half, because I have half and half. 1 week I used cream, and I'm going to mix it up here. Now it's a little bit separating because there's not enough cream in it, but you can bring it back. It's more wine than cream, and that's why it's separated. And as you heat it, it'll go back up. So I just turn the heat up so it doesn't, and you can see you can bring it back. It's still got more acid than it does milk. It's because there's a lot of water in this. If it were heavy cream, it would clean right up. which is still fine that way. Now, you can see that. Let me grab some heavy cream. I wanted to show you what it did. That was perfect. There you go. It's the fat that helps it stay together. And you can see you can recover it and cream it right up. There you go. Okay, so we got that going. Now we're going to squeeze some lemon in it. That's why we did our lemons. I'm probably off camera here. Okay, I'm going to put some lemon juice to it, which is going to curdle it again. And then I'm going to put some dill. I like the dill with the fish. Not a lot. It's kind of lumpy, but you can see we've got a nice sauce. Now, if you want to get rid of some of that moisture, the reason why we have it so liquidy is because of the water content of half and half, because half and half is half milk and half a cream. Yes, I will FedEx to Nashville, Dory. Hi, how you doing? Of course, for you, anything. So we're cooking that down, and then we'll get rid of some of the water content, which will make it so that it's nice and thick. So when you're making fettuccine or any of that kind of stuff, it's a little bit of butter or olive oil, it's some cream, heavy cream. If you don't have heavy cream, you can add half and half. One of my classes, I taught you how to thicken it with cornstarch, but the traditional way and the way most restaurants do it is just by giving it some high heat. So I've added some cream and some high heat, and we're going to let it cook down while we recap everything, and then I'll plate it up for you. So, to recap, if you're just signing in, we opened this to check it, and it was good. We put some, first we fried this little guy right here in a pan with butter and olive oil. And the reason why we use butter and olive oil is so the butter doesn't burn, but we have the flavor of the butter. Then we had this guy we put on this pan, on an oiled pan. It is cod. They're from the same piece actually. And this one went on whole. We put lemon pepper, salt, and garlic on it. I flipped it once to make sure that it got oil from the pan on it on the top to get a little color. That's why you have color on it. And then we cooked that until its footprint got smaller, but it actually got thicker because it puffs up. And I wanted to open it, that's why it's messy looking. I wanted to open it to show you what it looks like inside. It's not flaking apart, but it's not opaque, it's white. That's the thing. Onions, when you saute them, you want them to go opaque. Fish is the opposite, you want it to go white. And it starts opaque. Okay, so I'm gonna put these on the plate here. And if you're just tuning in and you didn't hear me, we have our first COVID wedding today. So I am a little jumbled with all the things that need to be done. I'm gonna put all 3 of these on the plate so you can see them. And we're going to do 40 minutes. We're excited for our wedding. We haven't done one since this whole shutdown, so it's a little exciting, a little like re-riding a bike there. So we've got, and everybody's like trying to be quiet so that we don't make noise in the video. So I took my skewers out of this. We took tilapia. We put the tilapia on the board. We made this crab inside a crab filling with crab and peppers and some mayonnaise. You can use vegan mayonnaise. We used an egg just to make it so it would bind. That's why it's sticking together. I may have made it 2 because of the video. I probably would have bound it up or added something to it if I hadn't been on video. So we've got this lovely stuff, and now we're going to take this sauce, which the sauce was white. We started with butter and white wine. We poached our fish, so now it's got the flavor of the fish, And now you can then add to it heavy cream. If you put I showed you a half and half so you could show that we had too much water content between the milk and so we tried to recover it. I was trying to show you how to recover it. We added heavy cream to recover it. You can also add butter because it's lacking in fat. Then we added some lovely dills and some salt and pepper and some garlic. And as you can see, it can go over anything. But what you really want is, this one would be good with salsa. You can do a salsa in the pan with the fish after it's fried, and the salsa takes on the flavor. It's really good with just a standard salsa. So there is your fish today. As you can see, this is starting to thicken and get where you want it. I'm rushing things. If you're at home cooking, that's a big thing. Do not do that. I'm going to be doing a class on breading, and I'm going to be doing a whole salmon class in the fall, or probably in September, because I've got everything scheduled out. We've got 2 weddings planned we're really excited for, and in 2 weeks I am doing a big wedding, or bigger than we're used to, and we are going to be prepping, so I'm going to give you a look behind the scenes of the catering business, which is kind of fun. Hopefully I don't make a fool of myself. But we tune in next week. We do have a class then as well, and we are doing this to help everyone get comfortable in their kitchen. So please remember to tune in every Saturday at 9 and 9 o'clock a.m. on Facebook Live, and to get your live class, or you can go to chefamrie.com. We've just redone our website, and you can see some of the videos up there. You can see how beautiful this is getting. I would, if I had a big plate, I'd pour it over the top. The crew's going to enjoy the fish today. And we are taking donations to keep this going, because my dream is to make more people know more things in the kitchen, to enjoy themselves, to gather with their family, to have some togetherness time, to enjoy their lives and cost less money. So I'm going to be bringing you all the tips I can. This is beyond the recipe. We are not about recipes, because you can look those up, and when you do, after you've done some of these videos, you'll understand more what they're trying to tell you in the video. So thanks for tuning in, and we're going to turn this sauce off. I'm going to feed the crew, and we're going to get going to a wedding. So have a good day, stay healthy and safe, and see you next week.